Tourists are often confused when it comes to using metros in Paris, and I totally get it. So in this video, I'm going to help you out. Firstly, you're going to want to find your closest metro station, and you know you're going to be in the right place if you see this logo. This is where you're going to get your Navigo pass, and some stations will be a bit trickier to find because they go underground. So you'll need to keep an eye out for staircases and signs that look like this or this. When you're inside, you're going to look for a sign that says tickets. Find that sign, you're going to go where the arrow is pointing. So once you go down the corridor, you're going to find your reception area, and this is where you're going to find machines that sell tickets or the receptionist that will help you out. If you're wanting to use the machines, this is what they look like, and you're going to choose the pink one, not the blue one, it's the pink one, and you're going to use that one. And if you cannot speak French, there's a little option in the bottom corner that allows you to change the language, and you just follow the instructions on screen. However, I chose to use the receptionist on my trip, and I was really worried that they wouldn't speak any English, but thankfully they could speak it really, really well and helped me out loads. So whenever I was actually getting my tickets, I arrived on a Sunday and I was leaving on a Thursday. I was going to buy the weekly Navigo pass. Now the thing is, the way the pass works, the pass runs from Monday to Sunday. So whenever I was speaking to the receptionist about it, she warned me to get the Navigo weekly pass on Monday instead of the Sunday, because if I got it on the Sunday and I spent all my money on it, then I would not be able to use it Monday, Tuesday and the following days of next week. So I bought a day pass, which looks just like this here. So this is the day pass you will get, and after Sunday and I went back, I got my weekly pass, which looks just like this. So as you can see, I have my name written down on it and my identification photo. Now I have these here because whenever I was in Paris, I was speaking to the woman about it, and she said you need to sign it and you need to have your photo on it. I didn't know you had to sign it, so I asked her for a pen and she lent me it, which was very helpful. And whenever I was looking at it online before my trip, I discovered that I needed to use the identification photo or else you get a €35 fine. So I ended up going and getting my photos printed at a photo booth. I got 4 small photos. I carried 2 in my wallet, 1 in the back of my phone and 1 in my backpack so as I wouldn't lose it, and I made sure that I wasn't having disruption throughout my holiday and that there were no issues. When it comes to picking what metro you're actually wanting to use, you're going to use this map. Now, I know it looks intimidating, but once you get the hang of it, it's really, really simple. So let's say you want to start at Odeon. This is your Odeon station, and it gets you to the majority of places you're wanting to get to. Let's say you're wanting to start here and get to Arc de Triomphe. Now, you're going to save the photo in your gallery, you're going to circle the Odeon, and you're going to circle Arc de Triomphe. What I did was I followed the purple line that went from the Odeon, which is line 4. I followed it right to the bottom to find the number 4, and I circled that. I then did the exact same with Arc de Triomphe. Now you'll see there are 2 lines here. There's a blue line and a green line. You're going to follow these lines and see which one gets you as close to the Odeon as possible, the purple line for the Odeon. You'll see that the blue line is far away from it and the green line comes straight into the purple line. Now I've chosen these 2 lines because this is a more difficult transition for metros. So if you understand this, you'll do great and you'll find your way about, because this specific route you need to switch metro. So you'll see there's a connecting circle and it's got your 2 colours inside of it. You've got your purple and your green inside of it, and you're going to jump on your number 4 on the purple line and you're going to get off at Raspel. And once you get here, you're going to jump onto the green line and you're just going to follow it right until the end, until you get to Charles de Gaulle Etoile, and you'll jump off there and then you just walk right over to Arc de Triomphe. When it comes to finding your chosen metro in the actual station, you're going to look for signs like this. For our example, we're going to use number 4. So as you can see, number 4 is pointing to the right, so you'll follow it straight down. As you're following it, you'll come across 2 more signs, as you can see here. On the left side and the right side, there are 2 different locations. So on the left side, you'll see a number of locations as that train will go left, and then you've got the right side and they'll show you a number of different locations going right, as there's 2 trains and they go opposite directions and you don't want to hop on the wrong train. So you're going to look at your map and you're going to go, oh, I need to get off at Raspbill. So you're going to look for the sign that says Raspbill. In this case, it's the one on the right, and you're going to follow down to the right and get on your metro. So as you're going down this path, you're going to come across these barriers that look just like this. And you don't need to panic because you've got your pass, you've got your Navigo pass, and you see the purple circle there? You're going to put your pass on the circle for maybe 2 seconds and it'll open the barriers for you to get through. Now, make sure you go through the barriers as soon as possible, because I came across a situation where I tapped my pass and I didn't go through the door quick enough and it closed on me, and I went, oh, I'll just tap it again, and it wouldn't open, and I was worried. I was like, oh no, I'm going to miss my metro. So I kept tapping and it wouldn't let me through. So I went to my reception and I asked the reception, hey, what's happened here? What's like, how do I go about this? And she said, oh, there's a 10-minute interval, so if you tap it, you can't tap it again for another 10 minutes to prevent other people sneaking their way in. So you can't tap it and then pass your pass over the barrier to your friend and they tap it and get in. So just make sure you go through the barrier straight away, not to miss your metro or your RER, as this applies for RERs as well. When you're on the metro, an easy way to tell what stop you need to get off at or when you need to get ready to get off the train is there is a sign above the door, and it looks like this. As you can see, on the left there are yellow lights, and on the right they're still dark. So the ones that are still dark are stops that are upcoming, and the ones that are yellow are stops that have already passed. So as you can see, the next stop on this is the Opera stop, and that will allow you to know, oh, I need to get off in 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, and you can jump off, and it's handy enough. It also provides information about how many other metros are available at each station. So for example, at the Opera you've got number 7 and number 8 available for you. So if you need to go to, let's say, an earlier stop, you can jump off at an earlier stop that has the same metro that you need. Whenever you're leaving the station, you will then look for this sign. It says sortie, which means exit, and you'll just follow that right to the barriers letting you leave, just to help you make sure you don't get lost. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday and happy adventures in France. Bye!